Good morning, children. How are you, children? I hope you are doing well. In the previous lecture, we discussed about Mendel's monohybrid cross, dominant trait, and recessive trait. Do you remember what is meant by monohybrid cross? It is a type of cross that involves one set of characteristics. So let us see Mendel's next experiment, which shows that traits are inherited independently. Mendel told that separate traits such as shape and color of seeds of pea. So now let us see the Mendel's next experiment. So let us take the parents. So there are two types of plants. The plant with round seeds and green color, and the plant with wrinkled seeds and yellow in color. Now let us write the phenotype of this plant. So 2 capital R and 2 small y. And about this plant we can write the phenotype as 2 small r and 2 capital Y. Now let us write the gametes of each plant. So you have to write capital R, small y, then small r, capital Y. Then what Mendel did, children? He did cross pollination of these plants. Then he got first generation plants. So in first generation plants, what he has observed, the plants were having round seeds, but the color of the seeds was yellow. So capital R into small r, capital Y into small y. Then what Mendel did? He did self-pollination of these plants. See children, how I have written? Then he took 2 plants, then he did self-pollination. Then in F2 generation, then what Mendel got? He got the plants in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. So let us see how Mendel made the table and how he calculated the ratio. So we have to write the gametes. See children, how I have written the gametes here? We have to make the table. So first write the gametes, capital R, capital Y. Next line you write capital R, small y. Then next line, small r, capital Y. Next line, small r, small y. Then on the top of the table, you have to write the same gametes in the horizontal way. So capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Now how we did monohybrid cross? Multiplication of the gametes. Same way we have to multiply these gametes. R into R, 2R. Then capital Y into capital Y you have to write. Then same thing you multiply. R into R, RR. Capital Y into small y you have to write. Come to now third one. R into small r, then capital Y into capital Y. Then R into small r, capital Y into small y. Now come to the second gamete. Same way you have to multiply. Capital R into capital R, capital Y into small y, capital R, both R you should write. Then both small y R you should write. Then come to the third column. Capital R into small r, then capital Y into small y. Next one is capital R, then small r. Then what we are having? 2 small y we are having. Then come to the third. Capital R into small r, capital Y into capital Y. Then capital R into small r, capital Y into small y. Then 2 small r, then afterwards 2 capital Y. Then again 2 small r, then capital Y into small y. Now come to the last line. Capital R into small r, capital Y into small y. Then here also R into small r, then 2 small y. Then come to the third, 2 small r, then 1 capital Y into small y. Then the last one you can see both the r's are small and both the y's are small. So in this way, Mendel got the ratio 9:3:3:1. So how he got the ratio? Let us see this ratio. Now round and yellow. That means the seeds were round and yellow. It was 9. How we will identify that these are 9? So what are the gametes? R should be capital and Y should be capital. So from this table you have to count now. See here, 1, 2, now here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So capital R, capital Y you have to count 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So children, in this way we got this one ratio. Round yellow is equals to 9 RY. Then come to the second ratio. It is 3. That means the seeds are round in shape and it is green in color. What is the gamete? Capital R into small y. Now children, you have to identify. Now capital R and small y. You have to identify. See here we got capital R, small y. Then next here it is also there. Capital R, small y. Then again you have to see capital R and small y. So we got 3 ratio. Then come to the third ratio. It is wrinkled and yellow. That means seeds shape is wrinkled, color is yellow. It is equal to 3. And what is the gamete? Small r and capital Y. So we have to identify now. Small r, capital Y. 1, 2, 3. So we got 3. The last one is a wrinkled seed with green color and it is 1. So the gamete is small r and y. So now you have to observe this is 1, 2 small r and 2 small y. So this seed is wrinkled and green. So here what we have seen, that this cross is known as dihybrid cross because they are meant to 2 sets of characters. Which were 2 sets of characters? That was round seed and wrinkled seed. But round seed color was green whereas wrinkled seed color was yellow. So this cross is known as dihybrid cross. So here is the definition of dihybrid cross. It is a type of cross that involves 2 sets of characteristics. Thus, the inheritance of seed shape is independently formed from the inheritance of the seed color. How do these traits get expressed? DNA is the information source for making proteins in the cell. A section of DNA provides information for protein which is called as gene. Now how do proteins control the characteristics? Let us take the example of a plant having a tallness as a characteristic. We know that plants have hormones that can trigger the growth. Plant height can depend on the amount of a particular plant hormone. If the enzyme in a plant works efficiently, a lot of hormone will be made and the plant will be tall. If the gene is altered for the enzyme, then the enzyme becomes less efficient and the enzyme will not produce sufficient quantity of hormones. And then what will happen to the plants? Then the plants will be short. This shows that genes control the characteristics of traits. Let us now interpret the Mendel's experiments. The parents contribute equal amount of DNA to the offspring during sexual reproduction. Then each pea plant must have 2 sets of genes, one inherited from each parent. But actually this does not happen. Each gene set is present as a separate independent pieces called chromosome. So each cell will have 2 copies of chromosome, one from the male and other from the female parents. So every germ cell take 1 chromosome from each pair and it can be of either maternal or paternal. When 2 germ cells combine, they will restore the normal number of chromosomes in the offspring. It ensures the stability of the DNA of the species. Such a mechanism explains the result of the Mendel experiments and is used by all organisms. So children, you have to note down all these points. So this was about the Mendel experiment of dihybrid cross. See you. Bye.